Ladies and gentlemen, live from the Rockabessa Hitchin Hearts UK in association with Bloodfire Studios and AJLR Media, welcome to the Big Debate Show. I am your host, The Judge, and each and every Monday from the hour of 9 p.m. to 10 p.m, you, the viewers, will be able to have a debate with me. Now, before I go on any further, I have to introduce to you Nikki on the show, who will be helping me and debating with me throughout the show. Once again, Nikki, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
You're up for another big debate?
I'm ready for you, yeah.
You're always ready, huh?
I'm always ready.
Okay, well, let's have a debate. Now, my viewers, before I tell you how to get involved in the show, I'm going to just start the big debate because we've only got 1 hour and that goes so quick. So without any further ado, I'm going to tell you what will we be talking about. Now, would you stick with your partner if they were absolutely useless in bed? That is the debate for tonight. I'll say it again. Would you stick with your partner if they were absolutely useless in bed? This is going to be a funny one, you know, Nick. Already, this is going to be a hot one. Let me just say this. You might be sitting next to your partner. That's okay. You might be thinking about old partners. But I just want to know what's on your mind. You know, are you the type of person to don't give someone a chance because straight away there was no connection? Or are you the type of person to say, you know what, I like this person, I like this male or I like this female, and I really want to give it a go. And okay, the sex is not up to scratch right now, but let's work at it. Now, I'm going to turn to Nikki right now because I like to hear what she has to say on this topic. Nikki? Mm-hmm. I'm going to ask you, would you stick, and tell me why? Yeah? I don't want a yes or no answer. Would you stick with your partner if they were absolutely useless in bed?
No, I wouldn't. The reason being, if you haven't got that connection, it's no point being with them. To me, you've got to have the whole thing. If you haven't got that bit, which is quite a vital part of the relationship, there's no point. They might as well just be your friend, because really that will put me off.
Straight away?
Straight away.
I mean,
it's different when you're 18, 19, 20, you know, first starting or maybe younger. Mm-hmm. But when you reach my age, mm-hmm. they're rubbish, there's no hope for them.
What do you mean rubbish? I don't like to use this word. Why you use the word rubbish for, Nikki?
It is, isn't it?
Because there's going to be
useless, they're rubbish.
Yeah? So, you're not the type of person to think, hold on a minute. I like this person outside the bed.
Keep him as a friend.
Keep him as a friend?
Yeah. You've got to have the whole shebang. You've got to have the whole 100% of everything. And I'm not being funny, but when you reach your 30s, your 40s plus, mm-hmm. and they're rubbish in bed, mm-hmm. oh God, there's no hope, bless them.
Listen, this is The Judge for the Big Debate Show. If you've just tuned in, we're talking about what would you do if your partner was absolutely useless in bed? Would you stick with your partner if they were absolutely useless in bed? Now, I'm talking to all my viewers out there. You must be thinking, what is this show about? Well, the Big Debate Show, 1 week it could be serious and the next week it's going to be light-hearted. And this is the week it's going to be light-hearted. So let me tell you something. Nikki, mm-hmm. let me say this to you. I'm not too happy, yeah, because there's a lot of guys out there who would have heard what you just said there, and they might not be, as you say, up to scratch.
That's
yeah,
right, because I'm not dealing with them, so it's no problem.
But what I'm saying to you is this, yeah, it's good to give people hope, yeah. Oh, if you meet some guy for the first time,
yeah,
and he makes you laugh, He makes you giggle.
Yeah.
He takes you out.
Yeah.
He buys you drinks.
Yeah.
He pays for the meal.
Yeah.
Pays for the meal, you know.
That's a rarity.
Yeah?
That's
That's right. As you say, it's a rare thing, but he pays for the meal. He makes you feel good. You know when a man can make you feel good, Nikki? Yeah?
Yeah, but they don't last long, anyway.
Well,
no, it don't.
it all depends what type
until
of
they
man.
get what they want, and then it's.
But hold on. Whoa,
Yeah,
whoa,
okay.
whoa, whoa, whoa. What do you mean until they get...
And then they're rubbish. You're kind of stuffed in, aren't you?
Hold on. Okay. The number to call, if you want to get involved in the big debate show tonight, the number to call is 07818 361 551. I'll say it again, 07818 361 551. If you don't want to talk to me, but you want to leave a message, just go to my Facebook page or my Twitter page. But back to the show. If you just tuned in, would you stick with your partner if they were absolutely useless in bed? Nikki, let me say this to you.
Can I just ask you? Would you?
That's what I'm going to say right now. That's what I'm going to say right now, because it's a very sad world, yeah, when you got a man that treats you good, makes you feel special, and you trying to tell me on the big debate show you ain't got the guts,
Yeah, I ain't got the guts.
to try and make him
It's not a case of you ain't got the
perform
guts.
better?
What? That ain't my job. That ain't my job. They should know it already by then. By the time they reach my age, they should know what they're doing. And if
What?
they don't, see ya.
Yeah, but Nikki,
No,
There's-
but you're telling me what? Would you? Would you stay?
Hold
it was
on.
perfect in every way, but she was rubbish. Just
let me
stay
say
there,
this.
Britain.
Let me say
You
this.
stay there.
I'm going to tell you something in a minute, my viewers, but not just yet, you know. I'm going to warm this up. We're going to go into this one very slowly. No rush. We've got an hour. Let me say this, Nikki. Yeah? You're trying to tell me that you wouldn't work with a guy if he makes you laugh outside the bedroom.
No,
If
keep him as a friend.
if he treats you good.
Keep
Yeah?
them as a friend. You
Hold
know
on.
you've got them there as a friend. They're the ones you keep as a friend, because I would so go off them.
Hold on a
Really
minute.
go off them. I'd be like, oh.
Practice? Hold on.
How much practice do you need by the time
All
you
right
reach
then.
13, 14?
Okay.
You should have got enough practice in by then.
What I'll say to you is this. If you think about it, with practice, Nikki, with practice, he might start off with just 1 minute. But if you keep practicing, he goes to 2 minutes. You keep practicing, he goes to 3 minutes. And by the time he gets things on the move, it could be 5 minutes. Now, what I'm trying to say to you is, you can laugh. You can laugh.
5 minutes?
But there's...
Oh, dear.
Do you know what's hurtful?
It's hurtful.
If you're with somebody and they say to you, yeah, you're not cutting it.
I'll do it nicely, though. I'll just say,
You don't make me feel good. I'm a man, and I'm sure there's plenty of men out there right now who are tuning in. You just heard what Nikki's saying, okay? She's going to cut it loose. Now, what I'm saying is, you're going to hurt a man's self-esteem, yeah? And what you're saying to me tonight is, you ain't going to give no man a chance if they are useless in bed. The number to call, 07818 361 551. I wonder who's going to call the show tonight, because you know what? You could be sitting right next to your partner
Rubbish.
who could be rubbish, you know, who could be useless. You could be sitting right next to someone and you really want to phone in the show, but, you know, you could go to the kitchen, pretend to make a cup of tea or even a coffee and just text in the show. Tell me how you feel about this topic. Would you really stick with someone who is absolutely useless in bed? It's the big debate show. I'm the judge with Nikki. I tell you something. Let me tell you something, Nikki. Yeah? I'm going to say something on the show. Okay? I didn't really want to say this on the show, but I think it's my duty to say this on the show.
Okay.
3 weeks ago, and I tell you this, by the time I say this, I might go home and I turn the key and it might not open. But I have to say this. You can laugh. I don't care if you laugh, Nikki. I have to talk the truth. 3 weeks ago, my wife said to me, I'm not the same man I used to be.
You dipped.
Yeah? You can laugh if you want. She says, I'm not the same man I used to be. I've lost my touch.
Oh dear.
But guess what, Nikki? And this is what I'm trying to say to you. If you give a man a chance. Was I angry? No. I wasn't angry, Nikki. Was I a little bit upset? Yes. I was a little bit upset. But what did I do, Nikki?
I don't know, what did you do?
I tell you what I did.
Don't really want to know what you did.
I went away and I read a few books.
Top shelf books?
No, I'm not going to tell you what type of books because we're not getting paid to tell. I'm not going to tell you what type of books, but I read a few books. And after I read those books, all I can say, because I don't want to go into any details, is that the rest is history. It's the judge for the Big Debate Show. 07818-361-551. That's the number to call if you want to get involved in tonight's topic. Now, Nikki, why are you so cold?
I'm not cold.
No, you see it.
I'm not
You're
cold.
cold, Nikki. Give men hope. There's men that are watching the show right now. Give them hope. You're not giving no one hope.
Well,
straight away,
perhaps if
you're
they
saying...
go to the same libraries you go, read the same books as you do, before they even contemplate going near any woman, then they've got a little bit of hope.
Every person in the world, if you're in a relationship, there's going to be a little dip. With Nikki, she's saying if the man cannot satisfy her in the bedroom, he's out the door. And I'll say to you is, there's a lot of men right now
They're rubbish.
who... Why are you so cold? It makes me wonder sometimes, where's your heart gone? 07818-361-551. That's the Big Debate hotline.
I'm not wasting time. If that part's... You've got to have the full bit. You've got to have all that bit, the niceness, getting on.
Getting on.
But you need the chemistry as well. If you ain't got the chemistry...
You can have the chemistry outside the bedroom.
Yeah, but it's different chemistry within the bedroom. And if it's not there, what's the point? I'm not wasting any time.
Practice.
I would practice.
Why can't you practice?
How much practice are you chatting about?
Just give him a chance, Nikki.
But how
give men hope. Hope is a beautiful thing.
That's
give
false
men
hope. That's false hope. I don't give no false hope. If you're rubbish, you're rubbish. See ya. You can't give people false hope because there's, especially when they reach, our age.
What's up? Whoa. We mean our age.
Listen,
I'm young compared to you. Don't you dare say our age. I am many days younger than you, Nikki. I'm many days younger than you. So carry on.
So by the time they reach your age and my age, practice is out the window.
Well, I'm going to let you into a little secret, Nikki.
Another one.
A little secret, yes. Then. There's men out there that are your age.
And your age.
And my young age. And they might not have had the experience. I know men that will not have had the I know. I'm not going to call your names out.
What, at 40?
Because I'm not like that. Yes, I know men who not... Men? Yes.
Men. By the time they reach 40.
They haven't had a lot of experience.
By the time they reach 40.
By the time they reach 40. And there's men out there. I'm telling you. One thing about me, the judge, people tend to open up themselves to me. And I tend to listen. And I'm not the type of person to criticize people. Yeah? If someone comes up to me and they want to talk to me and they tell me a bit about their past and their history, I'm one to sit down and listen, Nikki. And there's men out there who haven't got a lot of experience. So when I could imagine they meet somebody like you. Yeah, well, I'm sorry for the finger pointing. But give men hope, Nikki. They meet somebody like you, and next minute, they wine you, they dine you, you're both eating steak, you feel nice, he's making you laugh. He spends money on you. He treats you like a lady. And inside the bedroom, things ain't proper. Give him hope. Practice.
No. there's only so much practice. But I mean, you're saying practice. How long are you chatting about?
Well, it all depends how much. All right, my viewers, if you've just tuned in, we're talking about, would you stick with your partner if they were absolutely useless in bed? What is your take on this? Would you like to have your say on the big debate show tonight? I mean, it takes a brave one to phone in, but you can always text in. But if you want to phone in, the number is 07818 361 551. What I'm saying to you, Nikki, is this, yeah? There's a lot of men out there, they might not be, as you say, you know, up to scratch. But with a little help,
That's what I'm getting at. That's what I'm getting at. Understandably, when you're younger, yeah, because you just started out.
Mm-hmm.
But when you do reach 30s, 40s, 50s plus, you should know.
What if you don't know, Nikki? What if you don't know? This is what I can't understand about you. This is what I just can't understand. And I can't get my mind, I just can't, I can't grasp it. I really can't, Nikki. If a man is treating you good, think about this, my viewers. The man's treating you good. He's a gentleman. Yeah? Open doors.
Oh no, that will wind me up.
Yeah?
I can't be doing no
You
gentleman. No, that's too
You don't want a
creepy.
gentleman?
No.
What type? What do you mean? You don't want a nice man that is going to treat you like a lady?
OTT, opening door, I ain't used to
No.
all that rubbish. No.
You're not used to that?
No.
You have to try it someday.
I don't want to.
Yeah? And he treats you good. You know,
Yeah,
he
that'd
takes
be
you out.
alright, yeah.
Cinema. You're both eating popcorn.
Oh,
You're
no.
both sipping on that fizzy drink.
No.
He takes you to a nice bar.
Don't do that
And
at
when
all.
it comes to the bedroom,
They're rubbish.
he needs practice. He needs... Some men out there are lacking in confidence. Yeah? And
Well,
you know what? I keep talking about men. I keep talking about men. What about the women?
well, that's what I'm saying to you. What would you do?
What about the
Practice?
women?
Tell them to practice.
Well,
Would you stay there?
I'm going to tell you this. Would I stay there? Well, all right. It's been nearly 20 minutes and we've been targeting the men. And I'm sorry, but, you know,
Yeah, they are
it's-
1 minute wonders, aren't they?
Excuse me?
1 minute wonders.
What do you mean 1 minute wonders? What type of men have you... I don't want to go into any
No,
details,
it's not just
Nikki.
me. I mean,
do
because
you
I
mean?
chat to other women, innit? So
And what they say? Say it loud so I can hear it.
we haven't got time for 1 minute wonders.
We haven't got time for 1 minute
No.
wonders. But didn't you hear what I said earlier? 1 minute can last for 2. 2 minutes can last for 3. 3, 4. It all adds up. The numbers will add up.
Yeah, but I mean, how long will that take?
Give him... What?
Well, how long will that take?
Where's your patience, Nikki?
No.
I mean, what?
I mean, what
what's
you
the
stay
big
there
rush?
A year down the
What-
line. All
what
of
do
a
you
sudden
mean?
it's come up to 2 minutes. 3 years. Oh, it's 3 minutes. How long? Really?
You're a wicked, cold woman to say this on the Big Debate Show. I just can't figure it out with you. I really can't figure it out because it's not going to take a year for a man to go from 1 minute to 2 minutes.
We don't
What
know.
type of man is going to go from 1 minute to 2
don't
minutes?
know. I
Some
don't
men
have the
could be nervous. Nervousness might make a man,
fair enough.
you know?
The first time might
He's
be like
nervous.
that, but what if they're 1 minute, the second, third, fourth, fifth, you know what?
Whoa.
Forget that.
Okay. We're getting somewhere now. We're
Obviously,
getting somewhere.
obviously
We're getting
not after
somewhere.
The first time, you think, oh, it's just the first time thing. But when you've got like a week, couple of weeks down the line after, you know, after a few months
Oh,
you've
so
been with them.
hold on a minute. So
Right, so you've dated them
are
for
we
a
getting
while.
somewhere now? So
So
are you
you-
saying
No,
you?
still go.
No. Wait.
Say you've been dating
A month
for a couple
now.
of months. You've been dating
2
for a
months.
couple of months. You've been dating them for a couple
Yeah,
of months.
yes.
Then you went and did the do.
What, 2 months before?
Whatever. I'm older. And then 2 months after you've done the first. Oh no, because that would just really put me off.
My viewers,
I'll give them a couple of goes, but then
you give
if
them,
there's no improvement, see ya.
give them a couple of goals. If you just tuned in, this is the judge for the Big Debate Show. If you've just tuned in, we're talking about would you stick with your partner if they were absolutely useless in bed?
Would you?
Would you?
Well, you keep going off the subject.
Why
Why
are you asking me personal questions like that?
You asked me the personal question, so...
Okay, let me tell you something, Nikki. When I was a young boy, When I was in my teens, I'm a grown man now. And I know teenagers, they don't think like when you're in your 40s.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah?
No, I'm thinking about... I said, don't worry about the younger ones because obviously they're learning. But by the time you reach 30, 40, well, late 20s, 30s, 40s, you should know. You shouldn't need practice.
You shouldn't need practice.
No.
Let me say this to you, all right? Let me say this. I will say this to you live on the show right now. I remember, if you've seen my... Hold on a minute. Hold that thought for 1 minute. We've got our first caller on the Big Debate Show. Good evening.
Good evening.
Welcome to the Big Debate Show. And what's...
It's Maggie.
Maggie?
Hello there, hi.
Hi, and what would you like to say on the topic for tonight's show?
Well, firstly, just to congratulate you on the show. It's brilliant. I love you guys.
Thank you.
New joke for a Monday.
Thank you.
Yeah. Your topic today. I would give them a chance personally, because if you're talking the guy's 30 plus and he's got no experience, then obviously he might be shy, he might not have had that much relationship. So if he's taking you out, he's being gentlemanly, why not give him a chance? And if you connect, it will be a spiritual journey, wouldn't it? So you can teach him what you want.
Wow, Maggie, it's refreshing to hear a female like you on the show. I feel good, real good. And you see, men need women like you. Yeah? Have you got a partner?
No.
You haven't got a partner? I'm sure you do have. All you need to do is come down to Rockabessa every Monday and have a drink.
Yeah.
You will definitely find a nice man here, because it's such a beautiful place to be. But I tell you something, I like your response. So give a man a chance.
Give a man a chance, and if you've got that connection, then that shouldn't be too much of a problem anyway, because you would go through that journey together anyway.
Thank you very much. Say that again?
Wouldn't you?
Yes, that's what I'm trying to put to Nikki, but Nikki wants to say something quickly. What do you say?
Yeah, I'd like to hear what Nikki's got to say.
Go on then, Nikki.
But what if they don't improve?
Say that again?
What if they don't improve? You're going to stay there.
No.
See?
Okay, but Maggie?
But you've got to give it time, haven't you?
Thank you.
You've got to give it time. And there's always room for improvement.
Exactly. Thank you, Maggie, for phoning in the Big Debate Show.
Okay.
Keep tuning in. Keep tuning in. Thank you. Now, that was Maggie. Okay. I like how you put that little piece in there. Yeah, and
but
of course.
If they don't improve, she'll go.
Well, guess what? If it's a case of after a long time.
What's a long time for you?
After a long time and they don't improve. Of course, we're all human. We need that special touch. We need that person, male or female, to give you that buzz inside the bedroom. But my argument on the Big Debate Show tonight is, give them a chance. Give them a chance.
Yeah,
any more viewers who would love to phone in.
But how long?
How long?
Yes.
It all depends how much feelings you've got. Maggie just came on. Yeah. And this is what I like about the show, Nikki. Yeah? Because I thought that women, especially the women out there, would have gone straight to your argument. Nope. Squash. Nope. No chance.
I'm different.
Nice to have a female on the show who says, give a man a chance. Give them hope, Nikki. Don't you want to give a man a hope?
No, because they take that for granted.
Take that for granted?
And then they start, no hope.
1 minute,
You've got work
leads
for
to
it.
2. 2 minutes.
For how long?
I'm not
how
very.
long do you have to do that
I'm
for?
not very good at maths, but I know if you keep adding those minutes up
but
and
over
giving
how
him
long?
a chance,
Yeah,
give
but
him a
how long?
chance.
Look, over how long?
It all depends how much feelings you got for the person,
Well,
Nikki.
it will die after the first couple of times. Very minute man.
Well,
Like,
didn't you say to me see all this 1 minute man? As Maggie said, yeah.
Even Missy Elliott wrote a song about
yes,
1 minute.
1 minute.
About that.
No, it's nerves. Maggie even said that.
No,
it's
not.
nerves. I'm a man. You're not a man.
But we're gonna have,
You're
we're
not
gonna
a
be
man.
Nervous. We're going to be nervous, and the last thing we want is a minute. Because then
Yes.
then
But
females
guess
thinking,
what?
oh, am I that bad?
We
Because I
are
can't
different,
say quick.
Nikki. We're different. Male and female. Yeah?
Yeah,
When
but
a man gets
obviously-
nervous, sometimes,
but
without
how-
going too deep, you know, it doesn't work how it's supposed to.
We'll just pop a
Zero.
Viagra before you go out then.
Papa who?
Viagra before you go out.
Right. And don't say that. We're not getting paid for saying those names on the Big Debate Show.
Well, pop a purple pill.
Pop a purple pill? Well, guess what? How I see it is, whatever you have to do to please a woman, do it. But the thing is, just like how Maggie said tonight, you know, give a man hope. Give a man chance. It all
I'm
depends
not
how
gonna
much
give
feeling.
a
And even
false hope.
you said, 2 months. I noticed you didn't say...
You dating for 2 months, you build up that relationship, you're getting on nice, and it
Yes.
comes to the do's,
the do's.
and in a minute. That is so disappointing.
Because you know why?
That
It's
is-
like a man who's never had... It's Christmas time. He's come out of prison. Okay? And if you think about this, you laugh. I don't care, Nikki. You can laugh as much as you want. Yeah? A man who's come out of prison, he spent 5 years inside. And there's no females in there. So you know what he has to do.
So
now,
they're pretty practice in there,
he's got
everything
used to
else.
this, the hand. So once you get used to the hand, you have to convert that from the hand to, you know what, I don't want to say it live on the Big Debate Show. It takes time. It takes time.
Yeah, but the thing is...
He's been a prisoner.
But-
He hasn't touched a woman for years,
But
Nikki.
the thing is, I'm not going to...
The shakes.
I ain't going to
Yeah.
go with them kind of people who just
What
come
you
out
mean?
of prison.
He might have been in there stolen. He might have spent a year in there, but he hasn't been in there. He's been
so
in
what
there.
you're saying, those that just come out of prison are the ones who are rubbish to stay clear of them?
No, because all the prisoners, I don't want you to attack me, okay?
You all said it.
What I'm saying is, when you've been in prison for so long, and then you come out, and you've got...
Do you know that then?
I've never been in
Well,
prison.
how can you say that? You don't
What I'm
know.
saying, no, I know guys who've been in prison, yeah, and I know that there's no females in there. You haven't. So the
screws in
first
there.
prison,
Some of them are
as
female.
as soon as you come out, Nikki, the nerves. I've got myself a beautiful female, you know. So as a man, I can speak. I'm a man. The nerves catch you, you know. Yeah, give him a chance, Nikki. Please give a man a chance. 07818-361-551. It's the Big Debate Show. If you've just tuned in, we're talking about, would you stick with your partner if they were absolutely useless in bed? It's half an hour. 30 minutes have gone already. And I tell you something, this show goes too quick.
Yeah, but I mean, you're chatting about people coming out of prison, blokes. What about the average bloke? If they're rubbish in bed?
You see, this is what I can't
Average
get.
men, what,
This-
they get...
This is what I
They
can't
get
get.
nervous?
Yes. Every man has been, I'm talking to the men right now. Every man on earth has been nervous.
Yeah, but not every man.
Every man has been
lasts
nervous.
a minute.
Sometimes, I tell you something, Nikki, I'm not going to call no names on the Big Debate Show because I'm not like that. There has been times where it hasn't even worked, Nikki. Think of it. It can't.
What's that?
It can't work because of the nerves. And people like you,
But what about-
yeah,
but
people
the thing
like
is,
you
right, women-
who come onto my show, the Big Debate Show.
And tell you how it is. I'm not pussyfooting.
You're too
about.
cold.
I'm not cold. I'm honest. The problem is, not enough people are honest enough.
Not enough people
But what
are
about
honest.
women?
Maggie.
Women are nervous. But
Yes, but it's a different thing.
how do you know? You're female.
I'm not
You're female. How do you know?
Well,
how do you know how we work?
Well, I know. I mean,
What if a woman was rubbish in bed? Because you're going on about the blokes, because obviously, so from you going on about the blokes being rubbish in bed, I'm taking it, it's the men who's the issue here, not the females. But what about them women that just lie back feet of England? You stay with that?
well, I'm going to tell you something.
Even if you say, oh, let's try it this way and that way, would you really stay there?
Would I really stay there?
Yeah.
I tell you this.
All they do is lie there, go, oh, yeah.
I tell you this, before I got married, you know, let me say this to you. When a woman thinks of England, yeah, or even if it's not England, it doesn't matter what country. How I see it is this, it's for the man to try and encourage her to try different things. And, you know, because I think it's easier for a woman to improve. Let me say this to you. Oh.
We've got a text message.
We got a text. And before you read it out, can I just say this? If you want to send in a text, please don't use the hotline. Use the Facebook or the Twitter. But we're going to... Right. Nice and loud. Let me hear.
If you love your partner and care about them, you will stand by them. If you're just interested in the physical side of the relationship, it's not really a relationship. No... I don't know who that's from, but can I just say, a relationship is the whole thing. It's everything.
What did that person say? What did that person say? Please. And leave your name, please. Leave your name next time. Thank you.
If you love your partner and care about them, you will stand by them. If you're just interested in the physical side of the relationship, it's not really a relationship. But what I'm saying is, a relationship is the whole thing. It's the whole thing. You need everything. You need all aspects for it to be a relationship that works.
I tell you this, Nikki. You know the real world? You know the real world? There's a lot of couples out there right now. And the sex plays a back burner. It's not at the forefront no more. No, it's not the thing that they run home to do.
Well, obviously not.
They run home to cook. They run home to watch their programs. And the last thing, especially when you've come home from work and you're tired, sometimes it's not about sex. And it's true, there's a bit more, but
no, what I'm saying is, obviously, it might, as the relationship goes on, it's not as often, but you should still have that, you know, the connection, it needs to be all there, because if that's not there, then it's just a friendship. It's a relationship, but it's not a relationship.
It's not a relationship.
No.
You might be sitting next to your partner right now.
It's rubbish.
And you really want to get involved in the show. And I understand. I really do. The judge understands. It's very hard for people to come onto the show and express what they really want to express. But that's what the Big Debate Show is all about. I'm not your average show. So that's why on this show, we're talking about, would you stick with your partner if they were absolutely useless in bed? We've heard one caller. It'd be nice to hear from a man. If there's a brave man, you might be sitting next to your girlfriend or your wife and you're thinking, I really want to phone in. What do I have to do? Pretend to go toilet. Pretend to make a cup of tea and phone into the show. 07818 361 551.
Also, another side of it, if say you're with someone and they dip and they're really rubbish, that's a sign they're... So, yes, you know what? Things have changed. Things ain't like how they used to be. Or if they all of a sudden they got really good, I'll be very suspicious that they're out there doing
Have you got something against men, Nikki?
I'm just speaking... Well, that's what they meant. That's what men like.
All right, we have another caller. Good evening.
Hello.
Welcome to the Big Debate Show.
Hi.
And what is your name, please?
Lisa.
Lisa, okay. What would you like to say on the show?
Well, this is really directed to Nikki, because I think she's been really, really unfair. Because you've got to think about it. There are many 30 and 40-year-olds who are virgins. They've never done it before. They may have never had a sexual relationship before. And so you've got to give them time. And if you really care about someone and you've developed a relationship for the last couple of months, you've got to give them a chance.
You've got to give them a chance. And Nikki, what would you like to say? That was directed to you.
Yeah, but the thing is, obviously give them a little chance, but if there's no hope or no sign of them improving, they're virgins for a reason at 30, 40.
But give them a chance?
Give them a little, yeah, but there's only so much. Because I mean, even using, if it's after a few months and there's no improvement, you would leave.
Lisa?
I mean...
Yes?
Can I say this to you?
Yes?
How long would you, if you don't mind me asking, how long would you give a man a chance to improve? Or would, if you feel for that person, would you just keep carrying on? Are you the type that the sex is not that important?
I wouldn't say that, but I think I'll give them a good 6 months to a year, because it depends on their personal circumstances. It could have been that they were abused when they were younger, or because they may have had past experiences that wasn't very good. So really, you've got to help nurture them, help grow, and be supportive.
Oh my word. Lisa, I like to say thank you for phoning into the Big Debate Show. I appreciate your comments, and I hope you keep phoning in and tuning in. Thank you.
Okay.
That was Lisa.
No,
and this is
year
too...
and you still
I'm
got
sick.
nurture.
Hold on.
No,
Wait a minute, Nikki. That's
year.
2 females now. I'm going to count them. Even though I'm not good at maths. I'm going to count them tonight. That's 2 females. And you know what the judges? I'm very shocked. I thought maybe I was coming into the show and I thought the women, they're going to be saying, no way. 1 minute, man. We don't want to, as you say the song says, we don't want a 1 minute man.
No,
it seems like there are women out there who are tuning into the Big Debate Show who wouldn't mind a 1 minute man.
Well, let them have them, because I'll tell you something, I'll be shipping them your way. For real. Because, no, have them.
We have 25 minutes left on the Big Debate Show. Don't hesitate. Don't wait. If you have something to say, phone the hotline 07818 361 551. If there's something you would like to say on the Big Debate Show, which is, would you stick with your partner if they were absolutely useless in bed? Come on, it's the judge for the Big Debate Show. Don't waste your time.
But we're going on about the blokes. What about the women? What if they're rubbish at it? Would the blokes stay with them?
Well...
Or would they do a few?
Okay.
Would you keep that one? You know, if she's good with everything else, keep her there, give her a little thing because she's rubbish, but go elsewhere.
Men, if there's any men that are...
stay there.
If there's any men who've got the guts, if there's any men who feel they can add to the show tonight, if there's any men who would like to say what's on their mind, come on. It's the Big Debate Show. We've only got less than 25 minutes left. I'll
tell you something, blokes won't stay with them, or if they do, they'll go else. They'll have a little bit on the side.
What planet are you? I tell you something, Nikki. Sometimes I really wonder about you.
I wonder about you sometimes.
Because what kind of planet? When not all men are wicked and wild. Yeah? And I tell you this now.
But I just want to know what blokes would do if the women were rubbish.
I tell you something.
Would they stay there? Would they nurture them? Would they get them to get that little book off the top shelf, go to the same place you went?
Okay, we've got another caller. Let's see what this person has to say. Hello? Hello? I can't hear you properly.
I said, hello, Judge.
Oh, yes. Hello. And what's your name, sir?
It's Kenzie.
Kenzie, welcome to the Big Debate Show. I'm sure you've heard what's been said. What is your take on tonight's debate?
Well, yeah, I think it's quite an interesting debate. But I think when you're looking at relationships in the long term, and I suppose your sexual relationships, things go on in the bedroom, the time it takes for things to actually work out. Sometimes it's a two-way street anyhow, but it's a case of learning and understanding about what each other likes, and that takes time. So at the beginning of a relationship, that can take longer for some than it does for others. But it's a sharing experience, isn't it?
Which is true. Can I ask you a question, please?
Yeah.
I'm going to say this bluntly. Even that's how I am, Kens, and you're going to have to get used to me. Would you stick with someone if they were useless in bed?
Well, I think...
Hello, Kenzie?
Hello. I think at the end of the day, right, if someone's not good in bed, right, with you, and that's not working for you, then you're part of the problem and not part of the cure.
Okay, Kenzie?
Do you know what I mean?
Yes, but you would give somebody a chance. You take your time.
I would give someone a chance, because at the end of the day, I think that I know what... I suppose at the end of the day, I think I can do what I can do.
Yes.
Right? And with what I can do...
Yes. You got confidence.
I can help the other person to do it as well. Do you know what I'm saying?
Thank you very much, Kenzie, for phoning in. I hope you keep tuning into the Big Debate Show. Thank you very much. That was Kenzie.
Yeah, but the thing is...
No one is on your side, Nikki.
No, I care.
Oh, nobody is on your side.
I don't care.
So far,
Yeah.
we've had the females, and now we've even had a man who's had the guts to phone in the Big Debate Show. And this is what I'm going to say to you.
So these people are quite happy to stay, even if you show them what to do, show them what to, what places, and they still, no improvement. They'll stay there. No.
It all depends how much feelings you have for this person.
But
and
the thing is, if that feelings, if you can't get that chemistry, it will go. It will go, and then you know what? Keep them as a friend. Keep them as a friend.
This is the Big Debate Show. Would you stick with your partner if they were absolutely useless in bed? Is there a woman out there who agrees with Nikki? I don't think there is. Is there a man out there who agrees with Nikki? I don't think there is. I think it's going to be all swaying to my side tonight. I feel good. I'm going to go home very happy. But you know what? We've got another caller.
Yeah.
And I want to hear what this person has to say. Hello. Welcome to the Big Debate Show.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm fine. And what is your name, sir?
I'm Kevin, and I'm just calling on just a quick one, all right?
Yes, no problem, Kevin.
All right. I would stay with a woman, right, if she was rubbish in bed.
Mm-hmm.
Reason being, my partner is for married, and she's not performing.
Mm-hmm.
You took wedding vows saying for better or for worse,
For
right?
richer and for poorer. Carry on, sir.
Right, yeah, and better or for worse, right? Yeah. So, on them things around, you got to stick by, you got to work on things.
That's right.
You know? You can't just give up.
You can't give up, Kevin. Kevin,
Nah.
we won't give up.
Why would you want to marry someone who ain't good
You
at it?
you can't give up. You got to work on things, you know?
Oh, but
That's
it's
nice,
work,
Kevin.
it's work.
That is
All right.
very nice for you to phone in for your short comment, and I appreciate that. Keep watching the show. Thank you.
Yes, man, I'll keep tuning in. And just one other thing, yeah?
Yes, Kevin.
I don't have problems like that.
Keep using that.
My woman's good. My woman's good, boy.
Well, watch.
All right.
I salute you. That's all I can
All right.
say. I salute you. Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you.
You
The thing is,
see?
right, why would you want to marry someone who's rubbish in bed?
Hold on.
Because you ain't got the whole shebang, have you?
Nikki,
No.
I'm going to tell you
I
something
would
now.
not waste my life with someone where I haven't got the whole package.
The whole package.
The whole package.
Well, Kevin just
Good for
phoned in.
Kevin.
Kevin says he hasn't got the problem.
Well, he's lucky.
But
Lucky bloke.
we don't know if Kevin is using the blue pill, but whatever
Uh-oh.
Kevin, I don't care what color it is. Yeah? I don't, as far as I'm concerned, it sounds like Kevin is making his woman happy. Now, so far, Nikki, everyone has been saying, give them a chance. You know, experience.
Yeah, but how much
Lisa
chances?
says
How long
you don't
for?
know the person could be a virgin. And it's true. If they're a virgin, take your time with them. Show patience. Ease them into it.
Never approached me anyway.
I'm saying there could be virgins out there. Take the time. Take your time. No rush. It's the Big Debate Show. I am the judge. And I tell you something, I'm going to go home a happy man tonight. Because it shows me Yeah? And you can laugh. It shows me, Nikki, that people are willing, not like you. Oh, you've hurt a lot of men's feelings tonight, Nikki.
What I care? They ain't pay my rent, so why should I care what they think?
Oh my word. Any other men out there? Any other woman who has the guts? We've got 15 minutes to go and I feel good tonight. If you feel that you got something to say on the Big Debate Show, phone in 07818361551. I tell you something. You know what I love about this show?
I really don't think a bloke would stay there if they're rubbish.
Let me tell you.
I really don't. I reckon you just said that.
Well,
Mrs. was sat there.
You're not a man.
No, but
I'm a man, and I can tell you something. It's very.
All men will stay with a woman who's rubbish in bed, no matter how much you try to help them and learn how, learn what they liked and whatnot, and encourage them to do different things, and they're still rubbish.
You know what?
The thing is, right, they're rubbish with you because their chemistry isn't there. They might be great with someone else, but if the chemistry's not there...
Didn't you hear what the callers say? Didn't you hear what they said?
I'm not wasting my time.
Did you hear what the callers say? It could be nerves. It could be first time.
For 2 years.
I remember when I was a virgin. I remember when I was a virgin. I was nervous. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know the feeling. Of course, next minute it's all over. Give them a chance, Nikki.
No, but what I'm saying is, when you reach your late 20s, 30s, 40s, oh my God, you should know.
Didn't you hear what Lisa said?
Oh, but they're rare.
They're rare. Well, guess what? They're still out there. It's still out there. There's still virgins out there. And guess what?
They're rare though, very rare.
It doesn't matter. There's still virgins out there. And I absolutely appreciate everyone who's made the effort tonight to come onto the Big Debate Show and express their feelings. Because you know what? We're all not like you.
Good. Because it'd be a boring place if everyone's like everyone.
Oh my word. We have a text?
Yeah. Oh, I've lost it.
Sorry.
Oh no. I was going to say, if there was chemistry and he treated me like a lady, I would write him off without giving him a chance, because after all, you can always teach an old dog's new trick. However, sex is not everything, but intimacy is so important. If it can't improve, I would not be able to continue with the relationship. Must be respectful and not make them feel insecure.
What is her name?
That's Lee.
Lee? Okay.
Lee Brown.
We have another caller. Hello?
Hello.
Welcome to the Big Debate Show. What's your name, please?
It's Maxine.
Maxine, what would you like to say on the show tonight?
Well, the judge, I'd like to agree with Nikki. If the man's rubbish in bed, bye-bye.
Thank you.
If a man's rubbish in bed, bye-bye. And when you say bye-bye, what do you mean on the first night of bye-bye? Or would you say a month or two, then bye-bye?
I'll give a couple of weeks. To sort himself out and please me, like I'll be trying to do to him. But if it doesn't work, it'll be showing the door.
And what if it's... What I'm trying to get out, Maxine, is that there's a lot of men who could be nervous. You sound a very strong kind of woman who knows exactly what she wants. Yeah?
Oh, I do.
And I mean, wouldn't you try to nurture him, work him up, make him feel good, and then once he's happy, you never know.
Nurture him.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
No, a man needs to go to school to learn not just about maths and English, but to know how to manage a woman in the bedroom.
Yes.
And Caesar.
Thank you.
Well, Maxine, thank you for your little comment, and
Thank you.
I hope you keep tuning into the Big Debate Show.
I will do. Thanks a lot. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye, Nikki.
Thank you.
See, another person with sense about nurture. Really.
With sense.
Grown men can't nurture grown. Leave that for their mother to do. About nurturing.
It's the Big Debate Show. I'm having so much fun tonight. I tell you something. This is what the show is about. We don't just talk about climate change. You're going to be shocked on some of the topics we've got for you each week, right here at the Rockabessa. And if you would like to come down to the Rockabessa every Monday, come down, watch the show live, have a drink with me, the judge, and Nikki. It's very easy.